I saw what was going on with her, and I said, you know, I'm going to go do something. And I actually took a physical last week, and we'll probably, I guess this week we announced the results of it. They come in. I did pretty much the whole deal. And because I think we should. I think we should do that.
That was Donald Trump on CNBC this morning announcing that he's about to release new details about his own health after new questions are being raised about the health of Hillary Clinton, who the campaign revealed has been diagnosed with pneumonia after she abruptly left yesterday's 9/11 memorial ceremonies. This video shows Clinton nearly collapsing as staffers helped her into her van.
The nominee has repeatedly suggested she may be hiding something serious.
And she gets off the stage. She goes back home, she goes to sleep.
To win trade in our country, you need tremendous physical and mental strength and stamina. She doesn't have the strength or the stamina to make America great again.
Clinton fighting back.
His latest paranoid fever dream is about my health. And all I can say is, Donald, dream on.
Even joking about her health with Jimmy Kimmel.
Back in October, the National Enquirer said I would be dead in 6 months.
Oh, wow. Oh.
So with every breath I take, I feel like it's a
You have a new lease on life.
Yeah, a new lease on life.
The late night host even asking if she could open a jar of pickles. Trump supporters, like former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, keep floating what many view as conspiracy theories.
So go online and put down Hillary Clinton illness. Take a look at the videos for yourself.
A conservative website publishing unfounded speculation that Clinton could be medically unfit to serve. Trump's health largely remains a mystery, except for a brief statement from his gastroenterologist, praising his health as astonishingly excellent. The letter addressed to whom my concern.
In a rush, I think some of those words didn't come out exactly the way they were meant.
Just last week, Trump said he'd make his medical records public if Clinton did the same.
I would love to give specifics as far as I'm concerned. And if she wants to do it, I'll do it 100%.
Why not go first?
I might do that. In fact, now that you ask, I think I will do that.
Hillary Clinton's own doctor, we should note, putting out a letter recently saying she would be fit to serve as president. I'm joined now by cardiologist Dr. Kevin Campbell. To be clear, Dr. Campbell is not Hillary Clinton's doctor. We're not going to ask you to diagnose or prescribe from a distance here, but you can't help us, Dr. Campbell, with this conversation. We saw the former Secretary of State clearly unsteady on her feet as she was helped into her van yesterday. Is that something that could happen as the result of pneumonia? I mean, what sort of symptoms are common here?
You know, the typical symptoms with pneumonia are fever, chills, a cough, and body aches, fatigue, and really lots of overwhelming fatigue. You know, if she was diagnosed with pneumonia on Friday and just began therapy and didn't really stop and rest, this is certainly not out of the realm of possibilities of being directly related to that diagnosis.
We have evidence of an aggressive schedule she had on Friday itself. I mean, we know she had a meeting with national security advisors, a couple fundraisers. She took questions from the media, so it doesn't appear that she slowed her pace in any way, as she is doing right now. We also know that she's 68, turning 69 in October. How serious can pneumonia get for someone of that age?
You know, pneumonia is very common. About 1 million people in the U.S. have it. Those that are at highest risk for complications are the very young, so infants and toddlers, and those over the age of 65. So when you're over 65 and you're diagnosed with this, it takes a little bit longer for you to bounce back. And, you know, if I were Secretary Clinton's physician, I would really advise her to take it easy for 3 to 5 days in order to allow her body time to recover from this infection.
The people who pay attention to this stuff, the people who will be rooting for her, I suspect, in 2 weeks, are very concerned about how her health will be in 2 weeks from today, as that first debate exists with she and Donald Trump. So bottom line, will her health be okay within 2 weeks if she follows the guidelines you're suggesting?
You know, based on what we know about the diagnosis, I think that she would be okay. Typically, I treat people with oral antibiotics from 10 to 14 days for a pneumonia. If she becomes more unstable, or if she has, you know, more symptoms and is not getting better, she may need to be hospitalized for intravenous antibiotics. But I think if she rests, takes her medicine, does what her doctor says, I think she will be ready for that debate in a few weeks.
So, Dr. Campbell, let me ask you now about Donald Trump, this issue of transparency broadly. He said he had a physical last week, said he'll he'll put out his numbers, his results, as soon as he gets them back. That could happen within the next couple of days, we are now being told. Is a physical from one of these candidates enough, as you're a doctor, is that enough for you to have a wide understanding about the health of an individual, what one physical indicates?
If they release the documentation of his history and physical exam when he saw his physician, it should include all his past medical history. It should include all his past surgeries or any procedures he may have had.
But is that included in the physical? He said he's going to put out the results. That seems to be different than his past history.
Well, part of a physical exam is documenting your history. So if he just releases his numbers, like his cholesterol or things like that, that's probably not going to be adequate. If he releases all of that physical exam information, it very well may be.
The bottom line is, if we see what his cholesterol numbers are right now, his blood pressure and the like, we may have no idea about surgeries, past heart conditions. We're not to speculate, but anything that may have gone on in this man's life over the course of the preceding 70 years.
That's right, and I think it's important for any presidential candidate to reveal this information. I think it's only fair that the American people know, the physical stamina of the folks that are going to be representing us in the coming years.
I think there's wide agreement about that. Dr. Kevin Campbell, we appreciate your time and your expertise. Thank you.
Thanks for having me today.
Coming up, some new polls show Donald Trump and